Hello dear parents, today I would like to say just a few words about our new course, Geography for Kids, just to let you know what it's about and what you can find there and how it will be organized. So the first question I would like to tell you about, why geography? Because geography collects in itself everything what we have around us. Geography is the big science about everything, about all the live things around us, and we can count them, we can compare them, what is bigger and what is smaller, how many continents, how many oceans, how many seas, what are the plants, what is bigger and what is smaller. And when we do these math operations, for example, in the math book or in the sheets, they do not understand what is it for, why do we need this addition or subtraction or comparison or counting. But here, when they count something, they count the real objects and they understand. So the next important thing I would like to tell you about it. Each lesson will include the brain fitness. What is brain fitness? This is the modern trend in our days. But what is it for? You know that our brains consist of two parts, left part and right part. So when the left part is responsible for some things and the right part of the brain responsible for some other things, and we can train logic, or we can train creative things, or we can train memory, or we can train speech abilities. But the main thing, as the scientists proved that the most important thing is how many connections will be there between these parts of the brain, between these halves of the brain. So how to make these connections? So there are special exercises. In the middle of any person there is a middle line. And when we make exercises, when we cross this middle line with our hand or even with our leg, there is something going on in the brain, and it works. It works somehow, and it makes more connections, and the brain works much more active, and we see that the person or the child becomes much smarter, and he thinks quicker, and he can find the solutions for some situations and problems, and it can be both in life and in study. So when we make these new connections between the brains, these connections work for everything, for life, for math, for science, for language, for everything. It just makes them stronger. And brain, this is like a big muscle. Like we train our muscles going to the gym, the same way we can train the brain, and it will become stronger, quicker, and you will see the results. I suggest you trying yourself one of the exercises. It's very easy, actually. First, we cross our hands. With your one hand you touch your nose, with your another hand you touch your ear. You can touch your ear without the scarf. So, and then we clap hands and cross again, but we change. Another hand touches the nose and another hand touches another ear, and clap and change, and clap and change, and then we can make this quicker and quicker and quicker. You see, even I was a little bit mistaken. So try yourself, please try, you will see if it is easier for you or not. Of course, this exercise can be a little bit difficult for children of 5-6 years old, but it depends, maybe it will be easier for them. Every week I will give the set of exercises, and we will train them during 1 week. Why not every time new exercises? Because we need some time to train the same exercises to make these connections in the brains. When the exercises become already a little bit better, and that means that the connections are already settled, then we can start to some other exercise. This is kinesiology, and this is not works like magic with magic wand that you will see the result just he didn't study at all and he became much better. It needs everyday exercise. So and then after a month, for example, you can see real results, real difference in his study. So let's give it a try, and we move to another point. So every lesson will include some exercises for logic or memory or attention and concentration. What does it mean? For example, they will be different, also different every lesson, and they will be connected to the topic that we will study in the lesson. But anyway, let's have a try, and this is the simple example what we can have. So look at the picture during 5-7 seconds. And then I will ask you questions. What did you see in the right upper corner? What was there in the middle, in the center? What was the toy? What was wooden? So did you answer all the questions? Did you remember? So now we move to the next point, and this is the video itself, the video explanation of the topic. So sometimes I will explain something myself, like now I'm talking to you in front of the camera, because children should see the teacher and have like a contact with the teacher. And sometimes I will show the cut pieces of videos from National Geographic or from Discovery Channel, because they're really amazing and they show the nature so beautiful, so varied, so natural. And this 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, this is the beautiful age of children when they really can admire and ask questions. And the most important thing for us, teachers and parents, not to make them study a lot in this time, but to give them some surprise, some feeling of wonder that it exists, and then they will become much motivated, much interested in any study. If you will put in their mind now that, wow, the world is so beautiful, wow, how does it work, wow, how is it, how God created it like this. When they will have this wow, when they will have this impression, then it will work for many more years for them. But now, if we will give them just boring lessons, just boring information, structured 1, 2, 3, and no step aside, then if you will force them now with these boring lessons, then all the rest life you will just force them to study and they will not be interested anymore. So I suggest just not to lose this time to put inside their minds and hearts this impression about our beautiful world, how it is organized, how it is created. And of course we will give them some organized knowledge. They will have the workbook where they will draw their maps, they will color the maps to know the continents. All the tasks are very easy and simple because they are just small children. They are 5, 6, 7, even 8 years old. This is not like secondary school when they get some serious tasks with science and geography. No, this will be still very simple tasks, very interesting tasks for them that they can fulfill even themselves. And another point that I would like to tell you about is that our children are very different and they can study different ways. Some people take information better by their eyes and they are called visuals. And some people, not only children, any one of us adults can take information better through listening, and then they are called audios. And some people take through their feelings, and we have different feelings. Someone needs to touch. Someone needs to touch with their tongue. Someone needs to hold. And it's quite different for any child and any person. But all children learn through feelings, more or less. And this is the point that I would like you to look careful to your kids and see how they will learn. And then the next step, when all children they need to play out what they already have in their brains. So they take some objects, like for example these usual figures, usual toys like a lion or tiger or anyone, and they play with these objects, and this is the step of learning for them. This is not stupid playing that they are losing time and making noise for us. And the next step, when they need to make all their knowledge out. So if there is someone talkative like audios, they need to talk, for example, and they can make a speech about this, and they will tell you a lot of things about this knowledge, these animals, or this nature of what they learned about. And the kids who are visuals, they can draw a picture with these animals, and this also will be their knowledge coming out, and this also like a final stage, the final step for their knowledge. So all our children are very different, and you just be careful and think and see how they learn. And my course is organized like this, that every type of perception can find the tasks for themselves, or the way of learning for themselves, that they can listen and they can do exercises, and they can do exercises in the workbook quite different. You can learn any time of the day. You just 3 times in a week you get these videos, and you can make them at night, in the morning, in the daytime, in the evening, anytime you want. But if there will be some active group, for example, smart package, and you will like to have some online session, for example, for making craft or for making tasks in workbook, we can organize some online sessions like this, because it's sometimes easier. You can leave them with me for half an hour, for example, and I will make all the tasks in workbook with them. But this will be up to you, because sometimes it's difficult to find the same time when all parents and all families can organize like this and be online. That's why everything now you will get just videos that you can watch by the link and download to yourself. And so if there will be several people, a mini group will form a mini group to make this like online sessions for studying, for making some tasks, no problem, we can do this. So I'm waiting for you, and you take your time to decide if you need this or no, and I will be happy to see anyone who will come, and I'm sure that they will be very interested in everything what we will do. Thank you.